your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and today I'm just going to be going over a few things that Hoyoverse announced in Hoyo Labs. By the way, if you happen to like the content, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'll take all the support I can get. So Hoyoverse made an announcement somewhere like in Hoyo Labs, and I'm going to be reading like a few quality of life changes that Hoyoverse is going to add and is thinking about in Genshin Impact. So the first quality of life is a multi-layered map, which basically means there's going to be a map for the underground and a map for the above ground. Sumeru has a shit ton of caverns to go through, and having a underground map just for those would be pretty handy. I really wish they did thought of this like way sooner, because while I was exploring the underground caverns of Sumeru, there were points where I really wanted to shoot myself because navigating through them bitches is a pain. And since Fontaine is foreshadowing like a sewer system, we're probably going to get an underground area in Fontaine, so having an underground map and an overworld or a above ground map will be pretty handy. The second quality of life is pressing navigate on a quest will now immediately open the map and show you where the quest objective is. Okay, pretty simple. When you finish a daily commission, the next closest one will be tracked automatically. Okay, I mean, not that big of a deal in my opinion. When the Hangout quests come to an end, you will gain the review invitation button in the Hangout menu, which will allow you to view the narrative checkpoints. Okay, personally, I don't really care. Again, I guess it will help if you're like want to do the Hangout again in a different route. If you have a fuck ton of quests, important ones will be marked with a red dot. I guess that's pretty handy if you're behind in quests. I know a lot of people tend to be behind in quests. When you use a story key to open up a quest, the quest will not be started immediately, just like Hangouts. I think that's kind of handy. You're not going to be as pressured to do the story quest right away once you've unlocked it. If you have many prerequisite quests needed for another quest, the system will automatically help you choose a suitable order to do them in. That's a pretty good quality of life right there. When somebody returns to the game, there's going to be like a shit ton of quests for them to do, and having some sort of system that basically tells them, hey, do this shit first and then you'll be able to get to the main shit. I think that's some pretty good shit right there. That'll definitely help returning or new players. And one last thing that Hoyoverse mentioned is the dev team mentions looking into making event stuff more permanent. However, they need to put more work in. Ever since Hoyoverse did that article way back when stating that they'll never add endgame content to Genshin, kind of broke my heart. But seeing this definitely gives me a little bit more hope for Genshin Impact, because now they are actually starting to think of adding some type of permanent thing in Genshin Impact. I have no idea how the fuck it took them this long to finally start thinking about this, but yeah, they're actually starting to think about this. It does make sense because Genshin Impact's revenue as of right now has been kind of low recently, especially since these patches have been kind of, well, just filler patches. But I do think having these filler patches is pretty good, because once Fontaine comes out, Genshin Impact will be on the rise again. But I am happy that they are actually thinking about putting some permanent event in Genshin Impact. A long time ago, I would have really loved to have Theater Mechanicus as a permanent thing in Genshin, but as of right now, I think better options are here. I would really love for Shiki Taisho to be permanent. If you don't remember that event, it was basically like you had this big ass domain to explore in and enemies to fight, and there were also buffs that you can obtain as well. Pretty similar to Star Rail's Simulated Universe. That was a really dope event. I would really love to see that come back. Other options that they could do is that recent Mario Maker event. That recent Mario Maker event was pretty fun, I would say. I'm not really into like developing like my own dungeon, but trying out other people's dungeons, sounds fun. I also think that it also lets you use like trial characters as well, which was pretty good. In the Mario Maker event, I think there was like a mode similar to Simulated Universe, so the Mario Maker event sounds fun. There's also this current battle event that we got going on, in which we fight like a boss with our own difficulty that we could add in. That event is also pretty enjoyable as well. So there are a few events that Hoyoverse can make permanent. And I really do hope that Hoyoverse chooses an event that's actually fun and lets us use our characters. I don't want some shit like Wind Trace being permanent. Wind Trace being permanent would be an awful idea, because everyone would just use the same hiding spots to the point where the hunter will know where all the hiding spots are, and it would just be pointless pointless. Please, for the love of Goddess, let them choose an event that's like a battle event, something like Shiki Taisho or the Mario Maker. You know, any battle event would be fine. Anyways, this is pretty good news. Let me know what you guys think. What event would you like to be permanent? And I swear to God, if you say Wind Trace, I will punch you.
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.